What if a rising star vanished overnight, officially called an accident, yet millions felt the story wasn't complete? What if the details didn't add up, timelines didn't align, and pieces of the puzzle quietly disappeared, just when people began asking questions? This is the case of Yu Menglong, Alan Yu, beloved actor, singer, and face of countless dramas, whose sudden passing in September 2025 has left not just grief, but suspicion, unease, and a tidal wave of unanswered questions. Was it truly an accident? Or is there a truth still buried in silence? Scene setting: in early September 2025, news broke across Beijing. Yu Menglong, only 37 years old, had lost his life after falling from a high-rise residential building. Police were quick to issue statements, no foul play detected. The cause: an accidental fall after alcohol consumption. Case closed. His mother, consumed by grief, asked the public to stop speculating, to stop rumors, to let her son rest with dignity. But online, the storm only grew louder. Why so few details? Why such speed in ruling it an accident? And why, just when questions gained traction, did entire posts, comments, and discussions seem to vanish? The silence raised more questions than the answers it gave. Chapter 1: The official story. According to official reports, the story was straightforward. Yu dined with friends, drank alcohol, and later returned to a private residence. In the early morning hours, he was found below the building. Authorities ruled it an accidental fall. No crime. No further inquiry. His mother later echoed this account, pleading with fans not to spread speculation. Mainstream outlets repeated the narrative almost word for word. Concise. Clinical. Final. But to millions of fans, that finality felt like a locked door, with too many shadows behind it. Chapter 2: The man behind the headlines. To understand why the public resisted this simple explanation, we must look at the man himself. Yu Menglong was not just another celebrity. He rose to fame with Go Princess Go, capturing audiences with his boyish charm and soft presence. He cemented his reputation with roles in Eternal Love, and became a beloved figure in the world of Chinese drama. His music, too, carried that same calm, an artist whose voice seemed to promise sincerity in a world often built on pretense. For fans, Yu represented stability, grace, and quiet warmth. And that is why his sudden, brutal death felt so alien, so unaligned with the man they thought they knew. Chapter 3: The fractures in the timeline. As tributes poured in, the internet did what it always does: it began investigating. Chinese netizens compiled screenshots, pieced together timelines, cross-checked building layouts, even pulled up property listings. They tried to reconstruct Yu's final night like detectives crowdsourcing a mystery. And what they found were not answers, but fractures. The building where the fall occurred, was it adequately secured? Were safety fixtures present? The timeline between dinner, returning to the private residence, and the moment of discovery, why were there gaps? And most telling of all, the wave of content takedowns. Posts vanished. Comments disappeared. Threads deleted in real time. It didn't prove wrongdoing. But it mirrored a pattern netizens knew too well: information narrowing. The feeling that just as the public begins to connect dots, the canvas is pulled away. Chapter 4: The signals fans noticed. One detail spread like wildfire. In a past livestream, Yu repeatedly flashed hand gestures resembling the numbers 540. For some fans, this was ordinary. But for others, it rang alarm bells. In internet slang, 540 has been interpreted as a subtle cry for help. I am under watch. Was it intentional? Was it coincidence? We may never know. But for fans, the possibility was haunting. It suggested Yu's interactions were not always free, that even when smiling for the camera, he may have been under unseen pressure. It became more than a detail, it became a symbol of unease. Chapter 5: The allegations circulating, and then came the darkest whispers. Online forums began circulating disturbing claims. Some alleged that Yu may have endured physical mistreatment prior to his fall. Others went further, claiming he had been subjected to violations of his dignity, that the fall may have occurred more than once that night. Warning: none of these allegations are verified. None are confirmed. But they spread with terrifying speed, not because people trusted them, but because people distrusted the official silence. And that is the core: when truth feels incomplete, people will invent truths of their own. Not out of malice, but out of desperation, to make sense of the senseless. Yu's tragedy exposed not just one night's events, but the fractured trust between citizens and official narratives. Chapter 6: Patterns, Precedents, and Pain. Yu Menglong's death does not stand alone. For many Chinese netizens, it echoed earlier cases, tragedies labeled accidents or falls that left more questions than answers. The parallels are chilling: sudden deaths of young public figures, rapid and uniform media reports, swift declarations of no foul play, and a digital silence descending whenever discussions grow too loud. It's not just about Yu. It's about patterns. And when grief collides with these patterns, speculation is inevitable. This is not the failure of the people, it is the failure of trust. Chapter 7: What justice would look like. So what would dignity, if not justice, look like in this case? Transparent timelines. Who was there? What happened, minute by minute? Evidence clarity. Independent details of forensic findings, building safety, and CCTV. Public accountability. Not rumors suppressed, but facts addressed. Because truth is not a weapon. Truth serves everyone: the family, the fans, and the nation. Only clarity can bring peace. Only openness can end the shadows. Closing reflection: maybe Yu Menglong's passing was a tragic accident. Maybe there is more the public deserves to know. But one thing is certain: trust cannot be built on silence. Yu's life inspired millions with hope, warmth, and beauty. His death has awakened millions more to demand light, not shadows, answers, not silence. For Yu. For his family. And for every voice that refuses to be erased. Pushpin disclaimer: all information in this video is compiled from multiple public sources and online discussions. Much of it remains unverified. This content does not replace official conclusions, nor does it accuse any individual or organization. It reflects the voices and questions raised by citizens seeking transparency.